From 1980, the salsa rhythm began to take more force in the city. Notably, dancers, musicians, singers, and composers. Of them, the most important was Jairo Varela, with his orchestra, Grupo Nietzsche, gave the salsera identity to Cali. In the year 1990, Cali was found. This entity is then entrusted to organize, operate, and produce cultural events in the city. But his function from its creation has been support the fair and position it as the event emblem of the city. History. On August 7, 1956, there happened in the city a big explosion. This tragic event generated ruins, loss of human lives, and a notable economic recession in the city. The authorities resolved on the following year to organize a fair as an opportunity to overcome the tragedy and an economic engine of reactivation. The first fair included the exhibition and sale of crafts, footwear, morocco, leather work, between others. With the years, the festival was taking major importance as a motive for visiting the city on the part of Caleños residents in other cities, as well as persons of the whole country. The strong festive tradition of the city adds to the variety of spectacles was opening the door him for the international tourists. From 1980, the salsa rhythm began to take more force in the city. Notably, dancers, musicians, singers, and composers. Of them, the most important was Jairo Varela, with his orchestra, Grupo Nietzsche, gave the salsera identity to Cali. In the year 1990, Cali was found. This entity is then entrusted to organize, operate, and produce cultural events in the city. But his function from its creation has been support the fair and position it as the event emblem of the city.
Tourism. Cali Fair is an important event, attending annually 2.2 million people, 300,000 foreign tourists. The fair is known for its great events and Paris, become one of the main tourist destinations in Colombia and Latin America between 25 and December 30 of each year. Programming. Since 2008, the fair began to give change in the organization of the fair. One of the most notable was the creation of the highway of the fair. On the southern highway were installation, bleachers, and necessary for the development of the show on a tour of about a half kilometer. In this place, the most important event of the fair take place, including
Salsódromo, designed for the fair in 2008 and replaces the ride as the opening ceremony. It was an initiative created to strengthen the salsa identity of the city and to reaffirm that position as a world capital of salsa 2002 nationality and internationality. During the event, 103,000 dancers from the best schools of the city parade salsa dancing with choreography alluding to the South. It has become the most important event of the fair and that has gathered about 600 people. Superconcierto made in the Estadio Olímpico Pascual Guerrero and is generally the most important musical event of the year. They present renowned artists and exponents of various musical genres. meeting saxophonists, music lovers and collectors. Traditional events of the fair, where people passionate about music, salsa collectors, and spectators usually gather. From 2012, it takes place at the Pan American Court during the 6 days of the fair. Rain Pan American sugarcane has there been intermittently in different markets, and their purpose, as well as enriching the offer of shows at the fair, is to exalt the tradition of beautiful women in the city and integrate brotherhood among the Pan American countries. In 2012, he attended 14 candidates from different countries of the continent, resulting in winning the representative of Bolivia. Tribute to the Pacific. Music, culinary, and artistic native Pacific samples is the purposeful made by the mayor of Cali to replace the right. Some boys near the artistic unions made some allusion to Petronio Álvarez.
The Legend of the Fire Song. The Fire Song is a composition of that every year represents the spirit of the celebrations. The organizers of the Fire, Corfe Cali, have created an annual contest in which the citizens select the song of the Cali Fair most outstanding along the year. The local media help with realization of the contest. The winner artist gets a trophy and the right to play in the inauguration concert. Other events. Around the Cali Fair, there are some other events that complement the amusement and the party of the city. Among them we have Tascas. That is a gastronomic and cultural show along the fair where people gather together. Boy filling season. It is one of the most important in the Cali Fair. It takes place in the Cañaveralejo pulp filling place, organized in the boiling place itself. All Cars Parade. In this parade, in the honor of the most luxury and classic car from the past decade, people show their car in the parade that is very attractive of the spectators. In this parade, people show their creativity wearing clothes from the past. This is the last presentation in the Cali Fair, Sara love of all the families.